Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis Radio, and now I am going to be doing a follow-up to the prior video that was streaming can't be blamed for post-pandemic box office performance, and this follow-up is basically entailing that moviegoers are not as confident returning to theaters according to a new poll. Moviegoers are less confident about returning to theaters now than they were earlier in the year, citing concerns about the Delta variant spread. I don't think it's just that, but we'll get more into that by the end. Moviegoers are not as confident about returning to the theaters as they were earlier in the year, according to a new poll. After enduring an extremely difficult 2020, the film industry was hopeful 2021 would mark the beginning of recovery for the theatrical marketplace. While it would be some time before the box office returns to 2019 levels, there were encouraging signs during the summer movie season. Titles such as A Quiet Place Part 2, Fast and Furious 9, and Black Widow all performed well given the circumstances, illustrating audiences were willing to go back to the multiplex to see the year's most anticipated films. Despite this, there are still reasons to be concerned. Over the past couple of weeks, the Delta variant spread has caused new COVID-19 cases to rise across the United States. This new spike has already left an impact on Hollywood, with Paramount delaying Clifford the Big Red Dog indefinitely. I don't know if Clifford the Big Red Dog will necessarily work in live action, but personally I was never going to go see that movie anyway. None of the other fall titles have been pushed back yet, but it's a situation worth keeping tabs on. Studios will probably take notice of new data regarding audience comfort levels. A report in The Hollywood Reporter cites a new audience poll where prospective viewers were asked if they were comfortable going to a movie theater. Across all demographics tallied, percentages were down from data compiled on July 11th, which marked the pandemic-era high for audience comfort level. The latest numbers are from an August 1st poll, which I will splash up on screen. So all moviegoers are basically, 70% comfortable going to a movie theater, down from 81% on July 11th. Males under the age of 25, which is a category that I fall into, 78% are comfortable going back to a theater, down from 88% on July 11th. Males over 25, 71%, down from 82%. Females under 25, 75%, down from 87%. Females over 25, 62%, down from 72%. While the Hollywood Reporter notes studios are not flipping the emergency switch right now, the figures are likely somewhat worrisome. If the Delta variant continues to spread and audience concern rises, it may lead to more fall movies getting delayed. The new Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer curiously left off the film's scheduled September release date, instead simply stating the sequel will come to theaters this fall. That fueled speculation Sony is considering pushing it back since they're not committing to set a window. But see, ow! Damn it, I just hit my keyboard. The big problem with this is Sony, in order to maintain their stranglehold over Spider-Man, they have to release Venom Let There Be Carnage come hell or high water. Otherwise, the rights revert back to Marvel. It will be interesting to see what happens with other projects like No Time to Die and Marvel's Shang-Chi and Eternals. The latter recently had a TV spot that reaffirmed its theatrical exclusivity this November. That audience confidence levels concerning movie theaters dropped this much in just a 3-week span illustrates how fluid a situation the COVID-19 pandemic is, making the next couple of months borderline impossible to predict. The hope is the current spike in new cases is the worst of the Delta spread, and things will get better in the early fall, but that remains to be seen. The only thing that can be said with any degree of certainty is that studios are in a precarious position as they try to figure out what to do with their massive tentpoles amidst a global health crisis and an ever-changing industry landscape. That's how the article ends. I personally feel that this article is coming across as, oh, no, our industry isn't dying. No, it's all COVID's fault. Everything is fucking COVID's fault at this point. And I want to go back to the other article in the last video. I don't remember where this is, unfortunately, but they were basically, stating that, oh yes, okay, here it is. Blah, 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 blah. Paying $30 for premiere access, when theaters were arguing that, they were blaming, Disney premiere access because families are going to pay $30 to see it instead of paying $15 a person to go see it in theaters. they're actually making the argument that there's no audience segmentation data to show this, and the logic of the argument could just as easily go the opposite direction. So what if some of these moviegoers that have been asked to partake in the survey simply are okay with waiting for movies to come to either streaming services or DVD or Blu-ray? Because they've had to now do that for the last year and a half. I think you saw a huge uptick in theaters because, okay, finally we can start getting out of the house, but now what's it doing? Now you're going to start to see a gradual decline where it's like, you know what? I don't need to rush out to the theater to see every single movie ever made. I can wait for it to come to Netflix. I can wait for the movie to come to Redbox and see it. And, did the poll take that into effect? Well, if we're looking at the numbers, no, they really didn't. They just asked if they were comfortable going to a movie theater. But that's all they asked. They just asked a simple yes or no. They never asked the why. Is it truly because of COVID? Or is it other extenuating circumstances? The poll does not highlight any other extenuating circumstances. So for right now, in my opinion, this poll is absolute bullshit because it doesn't take any other factors into account. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right here, guys. I think I've gone on as long as I need to go with this. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much for doing so. And if you have not watched the prior video, I would have already have it carded. I would have already created a card here if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on BitChute or Odyssey, the link to that prior video, the link to that prior video will be down in the description. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for sticking around this long if you have done so. And if you guys have been following me long enough, you know I'm terrible at ending these videos, so I will just see you guys next time.